At every level, there's another level. And the quickest way to go to that next level is through associating, getting around somebody who has reached that level that you're trying to achieve. And the cool thing about the internet is that it's become a lot easier to associate with the people that to get around people who have reached that next level that you're trying to achieve, or at least get around somebody who has reached another level, like who has ascended to a different level that is, the path to where you want to go. And my whole point of bringing this up is, so I went through a little streak of like not getting any auditions not getting cast in any auditions that I have auditioned for. And just made me want to just scroll around the internet and see if there's other websites that I could audition at, or if there's anything out there that I need to look at. And on my little search throughout the internet, I've come across probably the best voice acting forum that I've ever found anywhere, with some of the best advice I've ever found anywhere. There's other stuff. I guess I can talk about those later, but I want to talk about this one because this is the one I spend the most time on. And this is a website called I Want to Be a Voice Actor. This is ran by D. Bradley Baker. Look him up on IMDb. He has a huge, crazy career. If you look at all the stuff he's done, I'm sure that you've seen the show that he's been in. If you don't recognize the name, you recognize the voice. Trust me. But he runs this forum where he gives voice acting advice, and all of it is geared towards going pro. Now, perspective is a very powerful thing. It gives you the ability to look at things from one angle, and when you get perspective, you get to see it from a different angle, from a professional angle, from whatever angle that person sees it, and it gives you the ability to make better choices, right? So if you want to go pro, I highly recommend this. I'm putting it in the description. Check it out. Read as much as you possibly can, like I have been. I'm not even done reading the whole website, but I'm going to be reading the crap out of this. But I want to talk about a few things that I've learned from this site and from his advice, the type of perspective that I've gotten from his advice. And, maybe, I'll learn something maybe you guys will learn something that I haven't learned, or maybe I'll learn something that you guys haven't learned. So this will just be sort of a cool little thing to, explore and talk about. But one of the things that I've learned from his website is he talks a lot about going pro, what it means really to go pro as a voice actor, what that really entails, what the life of a voice actor really is. And he talks a lot about the getting started process. And he talks about exploring, one, if you really like being a voice actor, right? Because it could just be a fun hobby to you. And, just because you like it doesn't mean you should go pro. It just means that you like it. You should explore it. And, I feel like I'm still in the beginning stages. I feel like, before reading this, I felt like I was ready to go pro, but I don't think I really am at this point. Like, I would love to. I would absolutely love to. And I will continue to strive for that little big break for me to go pro. But at this point, if it takes me another year or two to sort of get my feet wet in this realm and learning a lot more things, I think it will definitely be worth it for the time when I can go pro. And I say that because, like, he talks about a lot of things. One of the biggest things that he pushed towards is learning that you need like this, that voice acting is a thing that you have to just continuously work on every day. You have to build your resolve, build voices, continue to inspire yourself, continue to learn different performances, get good at reading, become an art business person, not just like an art, not just learn how to voice act, but learn how to be a voice acting business. And he talks about that part of the trade, that it's more about running a business than it is. Well, the talent is very important, and being talented is valuable, but being a smart business person is even more valuable. Building a reputation is very valuable. Becoming versatile, flexible, able to handle rejection and strive on without any sort of, without really stopping your own forward momentum. Being able to deal with false starts, being able to deal with, just some hardship is very valuable. A lot of people with talent just vanish every day. Talent isn't really a hard commodity to find in this market, because there's a lot of voice actors, but there aren't a lot of professionals, and there aren't a lot of people who conduct themselves as professionals, and there's not a lot of people who learn how to stay on this road even when things don't particularly go as they should. It's a lot of really good stuff on this website. I like I think if you don't know where to start on this website, if none of the tabs really strike to you, just start off from the starting from zero page. That one, he talks a lot about the fundamentals of voice acting, and he talks about the fundamentals of acting. He puts a huge emphasis on acting, performing, being able to, put your mind into the mind of the character and feel what the character feels. And that's something that, I'm glad that he talked about that, because that's something that I always wanted to get good at when I'm performing. If I have to be sad or cry, I don't want to do it halfway and just sound annoyed. I want to actually get sad and cry or sound like I'm crying, and that's one of the things I like to do is sometimes if I have to be sad or stressed out, or if I have to become an entire different mindset as a person, I often take a deep breath and then just sort of work my way there. If I'm going to be crying, one of the things I like to do is shorten my breath and make it hard for me to talk. And if it sounds like I'm crying, maybe make it kind of hard for me to be understood. That's halfway. I think I'd have to work on that a little bit more. I'd probably work on that for a little bit more before I recorded that. But being able to sort of be able to get to hit those different cues is very valuable as a voice actor. Sort of rambling a little bit, but that's another thing he talks about too. It's being a professional voice actor doesn't mean that you'll never not. It doesn't mean that you'll automatically get cast for roles. In fact, being not known will be kind of a reason why you do get cast for roles sometimes. Professional people who are voice actors as professionals and as their career, they still miss cues. They still fail auditions every now and then. It's part of the business, and understanding that aspect of it, and one of the cool things is being able to be on casting call club and stuff like that, and auditioning and all those things is, you occasionally running across somebody who's you can tell that they're years ahead of you, and not even maybe not years, but you can tell that they've put more time in than you have, and that there's a level, you're not at that level yet. There's another level that you could be playing at, and richening your mind with stuff like this is extremely important, extremely valuable. And so I don't know. I'm not sure if this was a very helpful video. I'm not really sure if this was just me sort of rambling and talking about nothing. I guess I'll have to listen to it to make sure it makes sense. But yeah, this is a very valuable tool. So if you want to become a voice actor, check this website out. It's in the description. It's pretty legit. And, get some perspective. Become more valuable as a actor. Become more valuable as a person, because, going on an endeavor like this definitely requires some mental toughness. So you have to work on yourself in that aspect. And that's a thing that, will help you in all areas of life, not just as a voice actor, So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys later.